Global Bazaar and globalbazaar.com, its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions, statements, or claims made by show hosts or guests. Statements and show topics are not necessarily the beliefs of globalbazaar.com.
I just can't imagine that something was going on in Montauk because the government has always been upfront with us all the time.
They are. I
just cannot believe that maybe something was going on behind the scenes that we did not know.
I don't know.
This is hard to believe, Paul, but that's why we're doing this show.
Hello, Christopher, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hello, how are you?
Very good. Thanks for having me today.
Oh, no, thank you. Like I said, when you accepted to come on, I was so excited I couldn't wait to talk to you.
Oh, thank you.
And if for anybody that is out there, go ahead and tell them where they can find the trailers to watch, because I'm telling you, they are darn good. So I can't wait to see.
Yeah,
see
Laura
the
just
series.
showed them to me here a little while ago. I've
They're
had a lot of
amazing.
stuff.
You're going to see, one day you're going to see, I don't know if it's going to be in a lifetime, but people will see, and they're going to dig everything up, and they're going to find bones, they're going to find bodies.
This is in Montauk.
In Montauk, you're going to find bones. It's going to look like the catacombs in France.
Between 1971 and 1983, secret experiments are said to have been conducted deep beneath the surface of the Camp Hero Air Force Base in Montauk, New York. The long-awaited motion picture investigation of the Montauk experiments is now available on DVD and Blu-ray.
These are the chronicles of cold visitors from space and the evil of man.
Order Montauk Chronicles now and begin your own investigation.
Where do you call home, Christopher?
Right now I'm living in Michigan. I grew up in New York. I lived in Manhattan for a little while, about 6 years there, and most of my life was in Northport, Long Island.
Oh, come on. Elwood? Do you ever hear of Elwood?
Of course.
That's where I was raised, right there in Elwood, and that's why.
Oh, wow.
And that's why I was obviously very familiar with Montauk. Go out there fishing and the whole 9 yards.
Go ahead and tell everybody how to find the trailers and give everybody your contact information, Chris.
Oh, sure. Thank you. Well, Montauk Chronicles is available right now on DVD and Blu-ray through my company. It's going to be in a much bigger distribution a little further down the road, but right now you can get it from me direct. We ship within a few days at MontaukChronicles.com or MTKChronicles.com, and check out the trailer. The film is very representative of that trailer, so if you like the trailer, check it out. The discs are packed with extras, and it's really worth having. And in regard to Bigfoot, right now it's a work in progress. Of course, I'm already deep into the filming, because I grew up around maybe 2 hours west of Montauk, the town, and I did not know much about. I only knew a little bit about the Air Force Base that's kind of hidden there, especially in the summertime when the foliage is thick. It's this town at the very eastern tip of Long Island, New York, which really is a remote area. You know, there are forests and small towns before that, and when you get out there, it is actually, in the summertime, a very thriving beach ocean community. There are resorts on the shore, there are great restaurants, it's a place to go to in the summer, and that's how I knew it as a child, and that's how most people know it. So fast forward to the 90s, there's this independent book that came out by a man named Preston Nichols. It wasn't a huge publication. It was this little small, almost pamphlet-like book that told this story of, at that time, because there were more things that came out later, but at that time there was mainly focused on time travel experiments that occurred beneath the Camp Hero Air Force Base, which is located adjacent to the Montauk Lighthouse at a place called Montauk Point, right on the edge of the Atlantic Ocean. And I didn't really think much of it back then because I kind of felt the book was poorly put together. In my opinion, it's lacking in a lot of information. There's a lot of esoteric jargon in there regarding technologies that really weren't fully explained for the layman, and it was really idiosyncratic to the man that was writing it. So I didn't think much of it. So years later, I was interested in making Bigfoot at that time. It was actually called Monster Chronicles. It had several different cryptozoological ideas in it. And a friend of mine who knew I was from that area in New York suggested that I make a movie about the Montauk base, which then I revisited the book again, and I really still didn't have an interest in it because I felt it didn't hold enough water. But the thing that really interested me was the idea that I could go to the houses, the homes of the men who were really saying this is true, and some of which were elderly men. And I think that fascinated me the most, to actually sit face-to-face with somebody who is making these claims and record it for the audience and start there. So that's where I started in 2006. I actually made 2 movies. The one that's out right now is the second one that I started in 2013. But really what the story is, again, between 1971 and 1983, these 3 men, or 4 men, the fourth which I didn't get to interview, claim, and have been claiming for years, now I think 30 years, that between 1971 and 1983, there were a series of experiments being conducted deep beneath the Camp Hero Air Force Base. And that included time travel experiments, reverse engineering of alien technology, which was given to us by alien species, so they claim. And the thing that I focused on the most, which I felt was the most believable, was the kidnapping and murder of runaway children to be used as human subjects in this experiment.